Hi, my name is Joe Aronow, and welcome to the messaging module for the Meraki MX Pitch Zone FY18 content. In this module, we're going to talk about the core value of the MX product. We're also going to talk about some of the customer use cases and outcomes that the MX can be used to deliver. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing to understand about the MX's message and value from a security perspective is that it's all about delivering powerful, comprehensive security features in a way that's easy from an operational perspective. So you have all of these capabilities: next generation layer 7 firewall, Cisco intrusion prevention, content filtering, geosecurity, Cisco AMP and threat grid, right? All of these capabilities the customer can bring to bear in a way that's simple, in a way that doesn't require a lot of dedicated security time. And that's very valuable for a lot of customers who either have distributed deployments or have a lean security team or even a generalist team covering their security components. In addition to this, you also have networking and connectivity capabilities. So you have actually SD-WAN and security in one box. This again ties into that same story of operational efficiency and making it easier for the IT and security teams to deliver the things they need to deliver to their users, right? So you can see here just a quick highlights reel of some of the capabilities in the security and networking portfolio within the MX product. And you can also see that all of it is done with an application-centric focus. And that's what's covered by this far right section of this slide. While delivering these capabilities, we want to make sure we're doing it in a way that makes sense for how our customers are going to use the product. And the reality is that the way users consume the network today is all about applications. So from both a networking and security perspective, the IT team needs to be aware of that. They need to be able to take actions from an application-centric perspective in order to be effective, right? So this is really kind of the broad suite of capabilities that are included in the MX portfolio. And it's important to recognize that because one of the key differentiating values of the MX is that it's not just security, it's security and WAN in one box. And especially in a distributed deployment or an SMB architecture, that can be very, very important. Going even beyond that, you then have the kind of broad strokes picture of the Meraki architecture. So you have the MX within this Meraki, what we call full stack architecture. And all of these components, from wireless to security cameras, security and WAN, all of these 6 components here on this slide are managed from a single interface. And the network and security monitoring components are all unified. And that, again, is very important from an operational efficiency perspective because it allows you to take actions across different layers of the IT infrastructure much more easily and seamlessly, and to do that whether it's at one site or 10,000 sites. So this is one of the most important things about any Cisco Meraki product. The value of these products lies not only in the value of the feature set and management of that product, but in the fact that it fits into this Cisco Meraki cloud-managed ecosystem. So what does that allow us to deliver, right? What does that allow us to deliver to customers from an outcome perspective? Well, the first and probably most important one, which I've touched on already, is reducing operational overhead. So making it easier to deliver that robust suite of Cisco security capabilities, right? Making it easier for customers to leverage AMP and threat grid and Snort IPS and these other capabilities. And then allowing you to scale that as well. So we have customers using, the largest deployment I can think of off the top of my head is about 20,000 sites, all using MX and all managed from a single central location. So it's incredibly, incredibly valuable for organizations that are trying to either manage at large scale or scale quickly, right? Trying to grow their operation geographically very, very rapidly because it's easy to turn it up. It's easy to deploy the capabilities. It's easy to make sure that your security is consistent using templated configuration, and all of those devices are going to get automatically updated. They're going to get the latest and greatest features. The amount of day-to-day management required is relatively minimal. The final outcome is really around visibility. This is something I think that has become more and more important in the last several years as the security and networking landscapes have become more complex. Administrators need to know more about their network. And we build a lot of that visibility directly into the management platform. So user, application, device, and threat data is all integrated into this one interface. You can monitor one location, you can monitor a dozen, 100, 1,000. It's all in the same interface. And again, this is cross-product. So this is not just monitoring your security and WAN, it's also monitoring your wireless clients and your wired devices on the LAN network in order to have a holistic view of that entire architecture. And what all this comes down to is giving time back to the IT organization, whether that's a security specialist or an IT generalist, and allowing them to refocus their energy, their time, their resources, their money on the projects that are of most value to their organization. And that's really the core value of all the Meraki products, but in particular the MX, is returning some of that time back to that organization, because as we all know, time is money, and the more free time the IT team has, the better they can execute on the really high value items that they're being tasked with, rather than running around all day fighting fires and reacting. So to sum all this up in kind of one view, you have a customer value that is really focused around simple out-of-the-box optimization. So again, being able to deliver these robust security capabilities very simply without a lot of tuning and tweaking. Easy deployment, right? Fast and simple. Simple management. And then all-in-one functionality to consolidate as much of this security and WAN capability into one box as possible. That's accomplished through centralized cloud-based management and monitoring, through a variety of layer 7 application-aware security features, Snort IPS, content filtering, geo-IP security, malware protection through AMP and ThreatGrid, as well as built-in SD-WAN and bandwidth and traffic optimization functionality. As far as who this product tends to fit for, who's going to be a good fit from a customer perspective, Lean IT is always a slam dunk for Meraki because, again, that operational efficiency story really resonates. Same thing for distributed customers. The more sites they have, the more they're going to be looking for a solution that is easy to manage at scale and doesn't require a ton of hands-on time on a day-to-day basis for each of their IT administrators. Obviously, this is a cloud-managed solution, so cloud-friendly customers are going to be more inclined to adopt Meraki technologies than customers who are more cautious about the cloud. And finally, rapidly growing organizations. Again, for the same reasons we talked about with Lean IT and distributed, they're going to want something they can stand up quickly and just keep rolling, right? And not have to go back and spend a bunch of time on what's already there, but be able to expand and scale at the rate that they need to. And this helps them to accomplish that. So with that, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this module, and have a great day.